Joseph, he, him from North Carolina. It sounds like you want to talk about bringing together groups of very different worldviews. Can you give us maybe a concise summary of your question?
Yeah, I work for a government organization and have about 60, 65 employees, and they come from wide, varying backgrounds all over the world, different belief systems. And as new policies or things come out, there's ripples that'll echo across the organization. And sometimes people get really upset with each other, people that they agreed with and were friends with the week or month before, and then they're at each other's throats over what I think personally are small issues that break faith from the common decency that people should have with each other. And it's a real struggle to get people on the same page, sometimes because of these deep-held religious and other beliefs.
Yeah, I think I've been in a position before, not currently, but in my previous job, I was a manager, and I had a team. I traveled to different centres, had an array of different people from different backgrounds. Some teams were large, some teams were small. Most of them were very diverse, and I think the way I'd handle anything like this when it came up in my workplace was to remind them that they are at work and there are certain standards they have to adhere to regardless of their personal opinions. And, you know, if somebody carries on and is really upsetting someone else or is being really vocal about these opinions, if you are in a position to do so, it might be worth taking them to one side and kind of just reminding them that you have standards and policies which should be adhered to, and they're not acting in a professional manner. And you know that they should be, because they're at work, and what they believe in their personal life and what they do in their own time is separate to how they represent themselves in the workplace when they're representing the organization that they work for. Ben?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with all of that. There's certain things that should not be talked about at the workplace, and especially if people have unpleasant views about other people or very targeted beliefs. They should not be voicing those at the workplace. So that's, I agree. I think taking them to the side, having the conversation. If they are unwilling to do that, then they, you know, need to think about if they're wanting to keep working there, because I know a lot of places that can be grounds for termination if people aren't professional. So. Any other points about that? Still there, Joseph? And I'm not hearing anything. So, all right, Joseph, if I'm going to stop the call then. Thanks for calling in, Joseph. I hope that answered your question.